Today I want to discuss bodybuilding basics. Alright, it's Andy from gymnutrition.co.uk, and as you've seen by the intro, I want to discuss bodybuilding basics. And if you're not following them and you want to gain muscle, then forget it, it just ain't going to happen. And here's my take on why that is. So, how was I inspired to make this video? Because I keep getting loads of questions as per usual, and I'm very observant in the gym as well. So I see people, what they're doing, and most of these like newbies sort of looking people, and I'm thinking, oh God, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just want to go up to them and have a little word, you know what I mean? A nice word, bit of educational word if you want to put it like that. So I wanted to make this video because a lot of the questions I get asked and a lot of observations I make in the gym as well, and people are missing out on a lot of gains. And if they miss out on a lot of gains, inevitably after a while they're like, oh, I tried this bodybuilding, it's crap, I don't seem to be able to put on any muscle. It doesn't matter what I do, I can't put on any muscle, so I'm giving up, not going to the gym again. So let's examine this a little bit more. So bodybuilding basics, it's not difficult, there's no secrets. And my phone's falling down again. Look. There's no secrets to bodybuilding. It's all about consistency. Eat, sleep, train, repeat, and that's it. That's pretty much it. So whilst we're on the subject of training, I've just left the gym, and I'm noticing again, I shouldn't take any notice of what people do, and it drives me mad, but it gives me inspiration to do these videos. I watch these lads, young lads, didn't have any muscle on them particularly, so they're doing cable tricep push downs, and then they're doing the overhead extensions with the cable, and then doing some bicep curls. They were doing like superset, tricep, or whatever you want to call it. So again, why the hell complicate matters? That's not a basic exercise. And what they were doing, they were probably using, I would say, 70% effort, and then they would go on to the next exercise. So I'm looking at their last set, which should be a balls out 100% effort, and they're giving it round about 70%, like I say, and then they go on to the next exercise. Now, if you give 70% effort on your very first workout, when you very first go into the gym, that is 70% more than your body's used to moving, used to lifting. So what will happen? Your body will probably gain a bit of size and strength to be able to cope with that weight. Yeah, 70% more than zero what it's used to been doing, if that makes any sense. Now, once it's gained that little bit of muscle and strength to be able to cope with that 70%, if you keep doing 70% effort, your body has no reason whatsoever to grow, get bigger, get stronger, because guess what? You've been doing 70% for the last 6 months. I can already do 70%, mate. What? I don't need to get any bigger and stronger. What's the point of that? I can already cope with what you're putting me through. So that's kind of how it works. So you should be striving for 100%. So how do you strive for 100%? Make a mental note of what you're doing. So you're not going to keep increasing every workout. Yes, I realise that. But if you make a mental note, say for argument's sake, you lifted the 40 kilo dumbbells for 8 reps on whatever exercise. Now in your head, or on your app, or on your old-fashioned old school bit of paper, make a note of that. So when you get to the next week, when you do the same exercise, with them 40s, I got 8 last week, so I want to strive to get 9. So therefore you are pushing yourself beyond your boundaries, beyond your body's capabilities of whatever it's reached at that specific point. So in other words, if you get that 9th rep, your body's like, I've never done 9 reps on this weight before, I can't really cope with that. I'm going to have to get a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger in order to cope with that demand that this bastard's put me under. So therefore you will strive to that next level of strength and muscle gains. Now it's not quite as simple as that when it comes down to the nutrition side. Again, a lot of people, newbies, I need a pre-workout, I need branched chain aminos, I need essential aminos, I need a recomp supplement. The list goes on and on and on. Now all of these supplements have a place. They're not totally garbage, but they're not essential. If you're taking the if you've got everything nailed and you want to add one of those 4 said products in, which is more like a luxury product, then yeah, go ahead. I don't mind. I'll sell them at my website, gymnutrition.co.uk. Nice little plug in the middle of the video. So it's not like they haven't got a place, but 90% of building muscle comes down to 3 things: eat, sleep, train, and the consistency. So I suppose you could argue it's 4 things. So eat, sleep, train. If you've got your nutrition right, your training right, your sleeping right, which you should be getting around about sort of 8 hours a night on average, that's sort of like the ideal sort of norm. You will grow when you're asleep, not when you're in the gym. If you've got everything right, that's probably 95%, yeah? So if you're looking at adding a luxury product, like a pre-workout, like an essential amino acids, blah, 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 that's just making up that 5%. So if you are ignoring 95% and just going, oh, I want an essential amino acids, well, why do you want one of those for? Well, my mate says it's good, makes you massive. Okay, great. Take that, ignore the other 95%. Guess what? Oh, that essential amino acid didn't do anything for me. Well, it won't, will it? Because you haven't addressed the basic fundamentals of building muscle. So whilst we're on the subject of diet and building muscle, that's a whole new separate video, but I'm going to touch on it briefly on this just so I've covered it. Ideally, if you are looking at building muscle, you want round about 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight per day. So in other words, if you weigh 200 pounds, ideally roughly 200 grams of protein. If you weigh 150 pounds, 150 grams of protein. And you need to have that 7 days a week, not the days you train, not the rest days, not weekends, 7 days a week. If you have it 5 days a week, yeah, you're probably going to be in that anabolic state, that muscle building state. And then if weekends it just all goes to shit, then the tiny gains you've made Monday to Friday, you're going to lose them Saturday, Sunday. So by Monday you're exactly the same. So you know, 1 step forward, 1 step back, so to speak. So you need to be having a gram of protein per pound of body weight. Now ideally you want roughly 5 meals. So when I say 5 meals, that can consist of a protein shake. Try and get most of your protein from foods, i.e. meats, eggs, you know, a bit of milk if you're all right with milk, those type of things. And then if you can't eat 5 meals a day, which most people can't because we're at work, we have responsibilities and schedules to meet, etc. So we can't just stop in the middle of work. Oh, I haven't eaten for 3 hours, I need to eat my chicken and rice. So that's where the protein shakes come in, because they just fill in the gaps that you can't fill in with food. So use them as a gap filler. They're protein, a whey protein is a supplement. It supplements your diet, it doesn't replace it all. So for me, I will probably, when I'm in full training mode, if you want to call it that, I'll probably have 3 or 4 meals a day and 1 or 2 protein shakes a day to make up those shortfalls. And I will basically take my 200 grams of protein and I will divide that by 5 to get the 5 meals. So roughly, whatever that works out at, no idea, 35 grams for the sake of this. So it works out at 35 grams for the sake of this per meal. So I will strive for 35 grams a meal. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly 35. It can be 40, it can be 30. As long as you're there or thereabouts on a consistent basis. So that's covered the basics of the training. Always strive to do a little bit more than you've done on the last workout. The protein, try and strive to get enough protein. And try and strive to get enough sleep as well. Sorry, I'm just seeing where I'm going to park. I'm going to park illegally on the side of this road to deliver my next parcel. So I hope that helps a little bit. Now, if you find my little snippets inspirational or educational, or a bit of both, then please consider subscribing to my little channel. That'd be wonderful. It is free. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down if I'm being a dick, whatever, I don't really mind. And leave some comments. If you've got any questions, I will endeavour to answer them personally myself as well. So all's good, and on that note, have a good day, and I'll speak to you on the next one.